What's up, beach volleyball fans? It's Joey Musselman here with Game Sense. Got a little Hamburg Elite preview for you. Jeez, a quick turnaround. Just got off of Rio, and now we are at Hamburg. Vroom vroom. All right, so the return of two of our top three teams. Very exciting. If you didn't hear already, Anders Mol is committed to playing indoor. The FIVB Beach hasn't announced a schedule for fall, I think like November to January-ish time, and Anders signed with an indoor team. So good for him. Uh, he will be missed, but seems like it's a good move. Yeah, so excited to see Mol and Sørum back. Obviously, a lot of media buzz around that specific decision. See how that goes in this specific tournament. Hölting Nilsson and Andersson also be here. They have been a little bit quiet. They got a gold in one of those Brazilian tournaments, and then I think they busted out pretty early in. Weren't at Gstaad, or were they? They were, and they left kind of early. I'll have to take a look at that. Anyway, we got the two top Dutch teams back. Boermans, Brouwer coming off a gold in Gstaad. Plavins Fokerots coming off a gold in Rio. Excited to see Losiak Brill back. They're always threatening to do something. Maybe this is the tournament when they finally do it. Evandro and Arthur did good in Rio, I guess. I mean, usually you see them in the finals and they didn't end up. So I think this is a team that's kind of on the back foot. I mean, they did get bronze in Gstaad, so I don't know. Keep an eye out for them. Could do something. Hendrik Mol and Berenston. Man, I tell you what, Berenston, I was watching some of his matches in Rio. Dude is he well, what I'm trying to say is he's a very good defender, but he does a lot of good touches while moving fast. So I think he does a lot of like fake outs. Um, like he'll show one thing and then run to where he's going to be. And he's getting a lot of good digs running at full speed. Very impressive. So keep an eye out for that. From France, we don't have any of the two big French teams that we just saw in Rio, but we do have Chiot and Genevieve Gardoc. I like them a lot. They did something good at Ostrava, I want to say, or maybe one of the Brazilian tournaments. They got pretty far. Um, Ship, he jumps super, super high. I believe he's the defender, but he's a big jumper, big jump serve, and then the blocker is kind of reminds me of Timo Hammerberg, just like a bigger blocker, good size, good movement around the net. Now you got these two German teams. I know that I should know these guys. I think Ellers and Wuss. Honestly, I don't really know either of these teams very well. But in Germany, so see how it goes. Schock and Shaw, also here. One thing to note, we are in Hamburg, and the main venue is called Rothenbaum, I believe, and there's this concept called the Rothenbaum that makes float serves act really crazy. So keep an eye out for Boermans' float serve. I guess the Swedish float serve. Brill has a really good float serve. I'm sure the German teams have a good float, but keep an eye out for the float serves this tournament. They're good in this venue. All right, on to qualifiers tomorrow. Not a ton of people I recognize here. Fredely and Jordan, good Swiss team. If they are who I think they are, there's one of them who's super tall, Fredely, young guy. Watched a little bit of him against the German team. Bendritis and Ravinkis. I know them from challenge events. They're always doing kind of good. Another Latvian team. Who else here? Sepka Sedlak, expect them to win. Yuji Sedlak. I was just rewatching Gold from Ostrava, and dang, that guy's good. I mean, he had one of the top defenders in the world behind him, which always makes a blocker good, but it's fun player to watch. And then Hus Winter there at the bottom. I know that they're a popular German team, so expect them to make it through as well. Heydrich, he is a big guy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but so I know that name, so expecting them to win, but like German crowd might turn the tides here. Although it's qualifiers, it's not like they're like in a stadium or anything. Another German team. Seems like they've been on the tour for a while. I don't really know these names. Okay, pool previews. Fun one here. Watch Losiak Brill upsetting Hölting Nilsson Andersson. Or Hölting Nilsson Andersson beating the brakes off of everyone. It could be one of those tournaments. Crazy one here. I cannot believe that they put these two Dutch teams together because Land of Joan Arthur. Like this is a murderer's pool. Ton of good teams here. Feel bad for whoever gets out of qualifiers into here because good luck getting a win against these. This is probably like definitely they're all top 10. Boermans, Brouwer, questionable, and Van de Velde. I think we need to see more Van de Velde Groot, but either of those Dutch teams could be potential top 5. My top 5 right now, I think, is Sweden, Norway, probably Åhman Hellvig number 1, Sørum number 2, Hölting Nilsson Andersson number 3. And then gotta say Fokerots Plavins number 4. 5 is hard. I want to say Daubas IA, potentially Boermans Brouwer. So and Van de Velde Groot and could also be that 5 spot. So a couple of really good teams here. Yeah, former partners getting back at it. If you look here, the group no. Okay, this is all the Groot Boermans playing Brouwer Van de Velde before. Yeah. So no real good data here. We do know that the Groot Boermans was a better pairing. What about this? So some good wins from the Groot Boermans. I suppose expect the Dutch to win against this Brazilian team. Brazil's just got to beat whoever makes it out of qualifiers to stay in. All right, Mulsorum, Chuk, Judiv Gardok, and Ellersvust. I mean, expect Norway to take care of business here. Nothing too crazy. Maybe if this German team can, Norway's so good in serve receive. I don't even think a good float serve's gonna save them here. Yeah, first meeting between these two should be fun to watch. I bet you Anders is gonna feast on this smaller defender, but he jumps really high, kind of. So we'll see. You know, a couple of really high jumping French players. I wonder if we should do a deep dive into their training because obviously Remy Daubas, great jumper. Pool D, Plavins, Fokerots, Shock Shaw, Henning, French. I can't even. I'm not even gonna try that name. I didn't mention this earlier, but notably, Shock Shaw here is not Shock or Shaw Partain. James Shaw going back to Cam Shock, former partner. Cam Shock was playing with Cody Caldwell for a tournament, and they, I think, made it out of qualifiers. So we'll see how it is. I mean, Shaw couldn't get the results he wanted with Partain. What was with that? I just felt like Shaw in this pairing when he's with Shock, he gets to be like the star, and I feel like when he was with Partain's kind of the star, and I don't know. Also, I felt like he was very error prone in serving. In Rio, Miles was the one serving hard, and Miles Partain, brand new serve, crazy jump serve where he like I don't know how to describe it, but he turns his body so that his shoulder is like higher than his head. He does a lot of twisting. And if you watch any of his videos, he's all into body mechanics. So I'm sure there's some body mechanic thing, but his serve looked good. I don't think it had a ton of aces, but it was putting pressure on, which was, I mean, better than this team in general. Like the past couple tournaments that they've been together, their serving has been bad. Anyway, so Shaw is back with Shaw. We'll see how they do. Yeah, this one could be bad for the US, not gonna lie. Yeah, and then expect Plavins Fokerots to just destroy both of these guys. They look so good in Rio. Calm. Plavins playing really well, getting a ton of digs. Fokerots really good on two, getting good blocks, just kind of doing what you need to do around the net, consistent. When they get into bad mental states and are start causing a bunch of errors is when they're bad, but seems like their mental is really good. So scary team to be playing against, Plavins Fokerots. So yeah, storylines. Heavyweights are back. We got Mol Sørum and Hölting Nilsson Andersson. Expect them to make a dent. Velde Groot haven't. I think they might have meddled. But expect them to make some moves. We know Boermans Brouwer can do it. See something big from Velde Groot. Like I said, Fokerots Plavins are back, looking to hopefully take another one. I mean, some people might say it was a fraud gold. None of the top three were there, so kind of a chance to prove themselves, beat some of these other top teams. The Dutchies and Norway and Sweden are getting wins on them and getting a gold when those four teams are at the tournament. And Poland is potentially a number 5 as well. I mean, I don't think they have the results for it, but they look really good when they look really good. Yeah, and then Germany everywhere. I think I'm about to learn some German names through this tournament because, as you can see, I was pretty unfamiliar with some of those German teams. So excited to see what Germany has to offer. I know they have a pretty good like national circuit, so I'm sure it's some teams from there, and maybe I'll learn something about Germany. Alrighty, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I was putting out shorts for the last tournament. I guess I'll do that again. If you like that, like and subscribe. No one ever comments on these videos, so you could be the first one to ever do it. All right. Peace.